we're working on today. Right now, I'm working on, with my followers, we're working on creating a new kind of meta reward layer for the game where you accomplish these little events. There's a star chest and a fruit slot machine challenge, and you get rewards for completing them. One is asking you to complete levels, and once you beat enough levels, you unlock a chest that gives you a bunch of boosters and coins to help you out. The other one requires you to hit specific in-game obstacles, like pieces of fruit or something, and it allows you to spin a special reward slot machine that gives you tons of bonus coins and gives you a chance at unlocking a special rare emoji piece. So that's kind of what we're working on right now, in addition to upgrading the UI everywhere. I'm focusing on this stuff instead of the gameplay. Every week we're releasing a new obstacle, so that's kind of what we're doing for the gameplay for a while. Once we kind of tidy up the meta features and iron out the bugs and fix the UI and everything, then we'll dive back into making the gameplay as crazy as possible. And I'll also be working on getting the game ready for app stores and stuff. So I wanted to watch so one of my followers in our Discord, which you can see on Twitch below, Kessel sent a new gameplay video, so I wanted to watch that. They're making a game called Undead Eatery, and it looks like a dining dash kind of game. Watching this now. Thanks for sharing. Let's see this. Cool. So these guests want different things, and it's up to you in the kitchen to create those things. So we see similar in other kinds of games like this, except your waiters are zombies and they're serving your customers. Oh, it stopped. It's buffering. And Kessels, who made this game, is working on this game. They included me as a zombie in the game, which I'm super jazzed about. But also, they said they're working on multiplayer, which is something that I think is really exciting. Like a multiplayer version of this game is something I haven't seen before. I think that could be really fun. We see things like what's that Nintendo Switch game, like Cooked Up or something like that, where it's like crazy, like you're trying to like cook all these ingredients and stuff. Like that worked really well with multiplayer. I think this is a totally different gameplay space. This would also work really well with multiplayer, I believe. So it looks like it's on you to create the meals and stuff like that, and then what's up, Mattman PS2? And then they deliver it. It's super cool. It looks awesome. Something else I wanted to look at today. We'll watch it again a little later. Something else I wanted to look at today with Mattman here. Hold on. It's here somewhere. Unless it disappeared. Hold on. I wanted to play... Oh, man. I wanted to play Hex Stars, but it closed. Let me open it again. Oh. Computer screen mirroring. I literally had it working. Did I accidentally close it? Okay, phone screen mirroring. I'm mirroring to the computer. Alright, let's see if we can get this to work. It's gonna be small for now, maybe. Oh man. Let me figure this out. Cool. One second. Let me go to the gaming screen. Just want to be able to see this full screen. Thinking of new game modes, mini games keep it interesting. Let me know if you think of any. That sounds like an awesome design problem to think of. Thanks for letting me know. I'll let you know if I think of anything. Let me add it to my stream software. Let's view. Okay. Cool. Okay, why is it cutting off part of the screen? Okay. That's cutting off part of the screen. So let's just go back to here for now. It's a little small, but good enough for now. Yeah, so I really like the gameplay of this. I like, As I said, the chance versus skill is perfect. Oh man. I love the controls. Oh. So the balance of chance versus skill makes me think there's all these dynamic, I love this mode in Fall Guys because there's all these dynamic strategies that come about, like, oh man. Oh yeah, we got it. You get more points for staying at top layers. Every 100 points make you size up to give advantage of AI. Interesting. I didn't realize that. That makes sense. Collect. So you get points every time that ranks you up in your league. And you get points towards... Oops, I forgot to go in airplane mode. If I go in airplane mode, it might not let me to mirror, so I won't do that. Cool. Let me play again. Okay, interesting. So I was in this... I did unlock the square mode, so does that mean that it's kind of random each time what the mode is? I like that because that would obviously it might get a little boring if you're always playing the same mode, so I liked that. Oh, so I did size up there. That's cool. I got this. Oh man. Oh man. So yeah, so I love how the controls are made because there's a lot of oh no. Enjoy the ads every level then. Thanks for the money. Yeah, happy to help you out. Oh yeah, but like for those who are just watching, depending on how you, and I'm live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter right now. The game is called Hex Stars on iOS. Gonna A/B test some more responsive movement too. Cool, that makes sense. I really like the movement right now. Let me turn off notifications. Let me get this off the screen for a second. One sec. Notifications off. Cool. Yeah, so for those just watching, you probably can't tell what controls, but the way it works is depending on how... Oh, there's like a volcano now. There's lava. Depending on how much you move, so you don't just pick the direction with your finger, how much you move it in that direction. If you move it a lot in the up direction, you're going to be jumping really far, but if you move it just a little bit up, then it's moving really slowly. So I feel like it gives you good control. Makes sense you want to tune it to the perfect level or whatever, but I really like that control. Like it's the moment to moment is what I'm thinking about, and it keeps me constantly engaged. Like every jump, like it feels like something that I can execute on, and I'm always trying to tap on one tile per time so that I maximize the number of tiles on the board, and that can be tricky. And so I feel like it's one of those things where it's easy to play, difficult to master. I think that the core gameplay really nails that, in my opinion. Okay, so I think that's because it's a new world, that there's lava now, right? So there's last live wins. There's 3 players this time. Interesting. Oh man, I love those tiles that grow more tiles. I think that's really smart because it gives you a target to kind of reach for, and something you can kind of strategize with and feel smart by using smart. You can save it for last, for example, and get more use out of it. Oh yeah, I won. Yeah, New World rotates backgrounds and environments. Gotcha. New unlock. Amateur League 1. Interesting. There's an ad for a game. Protect Kanye. That's actually pretty funny. I think ground tile shape rotates randomly. IDK. Okay, got it. Interesting. Yeah, I like that it rotates. Keeps things fresh, and for example, in Fall Guys, the modes you play are different each time. Like you sometimes get different ones, and I think that makes it so that each playthrough you're like it adds the chance versus skill. Like certain modes I might be better at than others, certain tile types I might be better at than others. So I think that the fact that it mixes it up kind of creates this up and down behavior that makes me want to keep on playing till I get like my perfect playthrough. Got money for new skin. Let's do that. Outfits. So you unlock skins with the gems that you earn. Nice. You can show off. Some you get with ads. Some are more expensive. I kind of want the red one. You can also get hats. Nice. You gotta have hats in a customizable game like that. That's awesome. Let me get the black hat for now. Nice. I look classy. So I like that you're on like a little pogo stick. That makes sense. That to get it communicating. Like if you didn't have that pogo stick, I could see most people like just giving them legs and you're jumping. But yeah, it makes sense. The pogo stick really like highlights its movement visually. So that was smart to like the way you designed the character. I think I wouldn't have even thought of that. I don't think that's smart. Let me play again. So you mentioned more modes and stuff. I think that's an interesting question. And I think you said there's a new mode that you unlock eventually, so I was curious what that was before I suggested new ones of my own. Yeah, I was also curious, like, what other tile types could you think of, you know? Like, oops, so sometimes I like the fact that, like, and this is true in the regular Fall Guys 2, pogo stick easier than animating legs, and it's pretty different than anything out there. So smart. So saves time, and I think it's better anyway. So that's a win-win. That's awesome. If I were to sing, collect. Something I was also thinking is like, how do you make this like something that's like part of someone's daily routine? Is this something that you think about at all, or is it just are you focusing on just kind of creating a hyper casual kind of gameplay, fun experience? Because this is like so fun of gameplay. Like I want to like I want something to make me want to like just play it over and over again, kind of like day to day. Like I'm building towards something in like the future, kind of like it could be like these doing well in leagues gets you progress on something or something. Like I was looking at like I'm wondering what you think is like the long-term value eventually for your game for players, or is it just you're trying to make like a really fun gameplay experience and some customizable unlocks? Because I could see this like gameplay if it's like in the right like packaging. Like I just want to keep playing it every day, like keep doing better and better, you know. I hope you want to save up for cool skins and ranking it up top of the leaves. Okay, it makes sense. Might not be enough if doing well in the leagues got me something that I care about, like doing well if I got really high up in the leagues, if that it occasionally gives me like currency for more outfits or something like that, or like unlocks like special tier tournament. Like for example, like maybe you might not want to do this as in a mobile game, but like hyper casual players fall off quicker than most gaming categories. Makes sense. Yeah, that's why I'm always thinking in terms of these games, like in terms of like long term value. Hex stars. So like most thought about boss battles, that could be really cool. That could be a gameplay thing that you could integrate for sure for that. A lot of games, I don't know if you want to do this, but a lot of games do like a season to season kind of thing. So like there's like this like a progress, like your game has like infinite progress in a sense where you can keep playing and climbing leagues, but I like the idea of like having seasons in some of these kinds of games where you're trying to like get all the rewards for a certain season and climb the ranks, and maybe by climbing the leagues, maybe that unlocks new game modes that fall into the rotation. And so by climbing up the league and getting more progress, maybe you unlock more different kinds of modes and ability to unlock more stuff or whatever, and then maybe it resets for the next season, and then there's new stuff in the game, and that makes me constantly want to keep playing because new things get added each season or whatever, and I want to keep on. I want to maintain my status in the leagues in order to keep certain advantages I have, or make sure I have all the modes unlocked or something like that. Like everything I'm saying is not like perfect, but like that's kind of what I was thinking, like something tangible in exchange for being on the leagues or whatever, doing well in the leagues or whatever. Boss battle is interesting. That could be a cool gameplay kind of reward. Like you're trying to get enough progress to unlock this boss battle. Maybe you could have certain like packaged, more precise gameplay experiences like boss battles, where like you could have like a linear list of levels, and to get to each level you have to play this regular mode a lot in order to get up to a league high enough to unlock that boss battle, and maybe there's like a sequence of them or something like an alternate kind of progression like along boss battles. Like that could be cool. I feel like there's so much you could do. I'm gonna keep playing and thinking about it. Cool, so it's me versus one person this time. That's interesting. I see how that really changes the game. Oh, it looks like they fell off. Yeah, I like the idea of like, I don't know. I don't think you can do multiplayer, you said, but the competitive thing could be cool with leagues. Like you're trying. Oh God. You're trying to like. I keep forgetting what I'm saying because this. Slow down. Got to clip your thoughts. Yeah, you're right. Collect. Yeah, let me think about this. New unlock. So there's this grid with question marks. Most players won't know it's real multiplayer. Yeah, makes sense. I was thinking that like that just could be something that if there was something multiplayer, and it doesn't have to be like even live action multiplayer, but like because I like the idea like at the beginning, like maybe even you could do this with the difficulty of the AI. Like maybe the AI gets more sophisticated, so that players feel like the game is getting harder and harder. Like that could be something that you maybe do, or maybe you're already doing that a little bit. That's the new mode. Oh, cool. Continue. Watching this ad. Close. Yeah, I'm just like it's more cool. That makes sense. Like, because I could see that being okay. Hold on, let me play this new mode. I'm curious what you did here. Ooh, this one looks intense. Ooh. Oh man. So once all the question marks get bounced on, then everything falls, or something like that. Is it when someone hits the question mark? No. Maybe there's one question mark and then they all start. Maybe one question mark is the bomb and then they all start falling down. Is that what it is? You want to be first at the bottom. Oh, oops. Cool. That makes sense. Let me try it again. If it. works. That's interesting. I like that. Yeah, some kind of tutorial or something could help me out. It crashed when I canceled the ad, just so you know. But let me open it again. Oops, that's not what I want. Whoa, but right there. Nice. Yeah, so that happened when I hit the ×3 ad, and then I went back. Okay, so let me see this again. I'm going to try to get to the bottom. So it makes sense. You're kind of like going for the holes. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot. Oh. That's intense. So you're like digging through these question marks, looking for the bomb. Oh, there it is. Ah. Cool. I like that mode, yeah. Any tips to make it more clear? If like the first time that it was surfaced, like the first time you play that mode, like I was thinking like maybe if you gave them a small version of that level and they were by themselves and it said like the goal is to get to the bottom, and maybe like your first time you're just doing it by yourself, because when I was with other people, like if you told me the mode with explicitly with text or a visual, and then I don't know, is it you think it's a bad idea to have me do it alone without other people? Because I was thinking that would allow me to explore, and because I was confused what caused the tiles to drop, and so I myself maybe would see that if I did it myself. There's a small constant tutorial text in upper left, but I don't think that's enough. Gotcha. Last row only has one hole. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So, I think that there's better. I think there's ways that you're gonna figure out how to tutorialize it better. Maybe not alone, but less players probably. That makes sense. Maybe just you versus one person, and like maybe if it said like maybe the text in the top left or whatever said like first to the bottom, because you're like literally what you're doing is inverting the goal. Like now the goal is the opposite. And when I played, I was trying to stay up as high as possible because that's what I've been doing time after time after time. So I definitely think you need to like do something to like shake the player a little and say like this is different, you know. Yeah, let me think about that. Maybe if there were arrows pointing down in the level, maybe that would get me to think like, oh, I'm trying to go down. What else? I like that the very bottom was a black and white because that kind of indicates like the finish flag, but I couldn't see that at the top. So maybe the first level being like just 2 levels long, or like 1 level or whatever it is, like you're just trying to find the hole. Maybe you start them on that very last level where you're just trying to find that one hole in the question marks. So at the top, the question marks, I think there's one of them that starts destroying all the tiles. This mode is new. V1 didn't have it. Got it. I really like it. It has major potential. I really like it. Because I like that it inverts everything, you know? And I think you can definitely communicate how it works. And I think people are going to like it a lot. Collect. What else? Yeah, so I was thinking arrows pointing down or something. All tiles destroyed after X seconds after the original hole has been found. Got it. So there's one hole that you're trying to find. And then after a certain amount of time. So like I was thinking if there were like some kind of arrows on the sides just to keep moving. Gotcha. That makes sense. If there were arrows on the side, top layers have more than one hole. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. I think what confused me is that like some question marks, they're not the holes. So when I jumped on those question marks and nothing happened, I was thinking, okay, this is how this works. You have to, for some reason, clear all the question marks. And so that's how I was thinking it worked, because the first time I jumped on something, the question mark disappeared and nothing happened. And so I'm thinking, okay, I just have to like get rid of these question marks, I guess. I think that was what I was thinking what the goal was, like to clear all the question marks or something. And so I think that confused me. So if I jumped on a question mark and instead of turning flat, if it somehow indicated to me that I got unlucky, I got unlucky by the fact that it didn't turn into a hole or something, like maybe there's a sound effect that I'm not listening to the sounds. Maybe there's a sound effect that went like to say like that's not the one or whatever. And then maybe you could use with sound once someone does find a hole, maybe the sound changes to indicate that you need to get to the hole or something. I don't know. Or like the way that the question mark disappears could indicate like a failure. Like maybe the question mark turns red for like an instant to show you like that's not the right one or something like that. Yeah, I want to keep thinking about this too because this is like a deep design space, like this is interesting. Like there's no way I'm gonna be able to like come up with a solution right away, like especially with you've got your head like in this game, like I'm just coming from the side. I'm gonna keep thinking about it. Let me play again. Okay, so this one is normal. Oh, whoa, so this one has a different power up. Oh, and it kind of shoots players to the side. That's cool. I like that a lot. Oh, man. I like that. You can kind of bump players. That's cool. And it's like each kind of gameplay element, it feels significant. So I like that. Like, there's nothing that you unlock that I'm like, oh, this doesn't really matter, Like, even the size of the shapes of the tiles, I thought that was like a significant change to the gameplay. This also totally changes the gameplay. So every time you give me an unlockable that changes the game space, I'm like, oh, I want to see what the next one is because every time I'm gonna keep like if I didn't know who you were and I was playing this game, I was gonna keep playing and getting these unlockables until I get to one that I think is trivial, and then I'm like, okay, the game probably has offered me all that I'm looking for. But this one, I'm like, oh, every unlock is still getting me like a new part of the game, kind of, So I like that a lot. Okay, here's an idea. In terms of like long-term value and stuff, like what if you had some kind of like events or something? Can you test a rewarded video in store for skin and see what happens to cancel for sure? Let me collect this real fast. Let's go to store and let's go to one that's unlockable with the ad. I'm gonna cancel. So it looks like I don't get it and nothing crashes and I'm still able to go back to the game. So it seems like that's okay. And it seems like it's still okay. I can do it again, cancel it again. So yeah, that functionality seems working. So, and I'm just trying to spitball every possible idea I can think of. Like, what if there were events? Yeah, no problem. What if there was like a, because the season to season progression is one way to go. Like that's what Fortnite and Fall Guys and games like that do. What if there's like some kind of like weekly event that's like you could have the special mode not being part of the main gameplay but instead be on the side, and like maybe you're trying to get enough experience to unlock a playthrough in this special mode. Like for example, let's say it's a boss mode or something like that, or some kind of really big challenge and you're trying to get the highest score for the week or something. And so maybe by playing this game you're unlocking points and unlocking skins, but also maybe you slowly can unlock or buy like tickets for this side event, and maybe this side event every week like gives like a really rare thing to, or every month or every week gives a really rare thing to a select very few players or something like that. So like maybe that's what everyone's vying over, is like trying to get the high score in this thing. Or maybe it's something that's cumulative. So by being able to play this side mode, so you play this game over and over again, which you want players to keep, you want to give players reasons to play over and over and over again because it encourages watching ads to get more experience and all this stuff. And maybe with these gems or some other metric you decide, you unlock like tickets to play the side mode. And so maybe for a week there's like a leaderboard of who's doing the best at the side mode. So maybe you play a ticket, and maybe you get like a score in this side mode of like 50, some arbitrary thing for some arbitrary mode. Then you have to go back to playing this game over and over and over again, and then you slowly unlock another ticket, and then you can get maybe like you get 75 points next time. So 50 plus 75 is 125, and that puts you higher on the leaderboard. And maybe the top 10 players get some super rare prize that no one else in the game is going to get, whether it's a skin or something else. Like maybe that's a way to get players playing over. What do you think of that? Can you recreate the crash where you cancel the reward video again? Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. I wanted to play this question mark mode again to think about it. Tap when ready. Oh, you know what? So it's not letting me tap right now. I wonder if it's because I canceled that ad. I think that might be it. Let me reset the game. So I think that actually did cause a bug. Let me try to do it again. I'm so grateful to be helping you out a little bit with this bug testing after how much you've helped me out. So I'm going to go to... okay, I'm just going to play one round first, and then I'm going to try to do that unlockable skin with the ad again. Race... oh, so I didn't even see race to the bottom. So that's a good point. Like, I was so focused on looking at these new question mark tiles and looking at the grid that I didn't look at the text at all, but now I see it. Oh. Okay, so I played once. I'm going to collect times 3. I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to collect the normal coins. And then I'm going to try to play again. Okay, it's working now. Oh, wait, I forgot. It was the... Wait, I got confused. I love the idea that certain tiles unlock power-ups and you can unlock them over time, and then they change which ones are in there each time. Oh, sweet. Didn't do it that time. Yeah, you're right. Let me try it again. Let me play it for a few seconds this time. So I did it twice this time instead. Hopefully it was a fluke. Yeah, you might be right. Okay, so I'm able to play it now. So yeah, I think that was a fluke. Oh. Oh yeah, let's do it. Oh no! Ah. Nice. First, second, third. I like that. I like that you show first, second, third for that mode, because I think it's, for me, it feels harder to win, so I don't know. I like being recognized like first, second, third, because it's tougher to me. Ads bring in so many more possible issues. Makes sense. Oops. So I wanted to do that ad thing again. So wait, skins, free, cancel. Okay, so yeah, it seems like everything's working now. I don't know what was wrong before. Oh, nice. I like that sometimes. I love it. Sometimes now it's all focused on these obstacles. Totally changes the way it plays. Super cool. Let me just play this last one. Yeah, love how it controls. Oh my god. I also love that, like, thanks for testing, no problem. Yeah, I like that, even if you're doing really well, if you fall through a hole at the top, you can fall right through the bottom if you're not careful and go from first to last. And same thing if you're last, you can still get lucky and survive to first. So it makes sure the whole gameplay experience is engaging. There's nothing worse than, like, halfway through a gameplay session, you're like, oh, there's no way I can win, I screwed it up, and you're just going through the motions of playing it. Then you're less likely to play it again. I feel like you're always in contention here. That feels awesome. Nice. Yeah, so, like, that was, like, my one idea for maybe long-term value is, like, some kind of side mode, like you mentioned the boss or something, and maybe by playing this main game, you unlock, like, the opportunity to play in this side mode or whatever it is, and this side mode has some kind of, like, maybe you get trophies from it or something. That's my background. It's Marilyn Monroe reading Ulysses by James Joyce. Yeah. So I'm curious what you think of that, or if, like, you're trying to go a different direction, you know? That was, like, my only idea off the top of my head, like, why does your name change text box pop up in the main screen every time? Are you asking on the box? I don't know. Let me play it again and see if it pops up again. You know what? So I clicked this box, then I clicked out, and now I'm not able to play the game. If I click the box and hit done, no, cancel. If I change it, done. Oh, says Matt Man. Explain that idea one more time, missed it, was thinking about too many things. Makes sense. Yeah, so right now I'm not able to play the game. I think it has to do with the text box being highlighted or something like that. I'm not going out of my way to touch it, but sometimes, yeah, it is popping up. Let me restart it. Eternal Studio. Yes, let me play and see. Maybe I'm accidentally touching it or something. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh no. The power-ups have a big influence. I like that. I love how you can mess with people like that. It shouldn't freeze the game when you touch it, though. That's a problem. Gotcha. I don't know if that's happening every time or new unlock Thunderbolt. Cool. Got promotion. I think what's happening is when you close the ad, it closes and you're on the previous screen where it says continue, and then I hit continue thinking that I have to hit that continue, but really that screen is just waiting for the next screen to load. And so that's why when I hit continue, it's actually over where this box is. So that's why I start like this. So I'm going to see if that's what's causing the bug. I'm not sure that it is. I mean, I don't know how this game works. You do, obviously, not me. So that's just my, like, debug, like, head mindset. Oh yeah, I'm winning this one for sure. Oh, I like that the power up with this is temporary. I didn't think it was, but I could see it being overpowered. There we go. Okay, so let me try to hit it like I was before. So the continue button's there. It's going to show an ad, and I'm going to close it, and the continue button will still be there, and I'll touch it, and that's what you'll see. That's what is opening the. So hit continue. Okay, that time I hit too late, I guess. Let me try it one more time. Race to the bottom. Maybe if that text was more in the center too, that might help. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I like the first, second, third because at the end, like whoever finds that hole, like no one else really has a chance. So I like that you show everyone else there. So let me try to do that thing where I hit continue. So add shows. I'm gonna close it. The continue button will be there, and I'll try to touch it. And now I'm not able to play. So I think it might have something to do with that. Do you get what I'm saying with the flow there? Like, I closed the ad. The previous screen is still up while it's waiting for the next screen. I was tapping on continue, and then when this next screen popped up, it started with the text highlighted because I was tapping continue, and that's where the new text thing is. And then when I close out of the text thing, that's when I'm no longer to play. Thank you, helps a lot. Okay, awesome. I love. Can you hit outfits now? Yes. So I'm able to hit outfits and scroll through them, and I can purchase them, and I'm still not able to play the game after exiting out of outfits. So that's definitely what it is. It feels so good to like, because as a game designer, like on my game, like there's sometimes these bugs come up and you're like, what is causing them? And it feels so good to be like, I got it. It's this thing, you know? So that feels good. Feels like a game in itself to figure that out. Thanks for finding that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I'm guessing that's not like a huge problem. I'm guessing most people aren't doing that. I think I have a lot of... some people are probably, but like it's like my OCD head. I'm like, continue, kind of. Yeah. But like my someone followed the Kid Twitch. Thank you for following me, whoever the Kid Twitch is. Make sure you download this game. Hex Stars on iOS. It's super fun. I've got the chat on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter open. Let me know if you have any questions or anything for Mattman, who've made this game in the chat. Or I'm making a game called Emoji Pop, which you can see right here, which we're going to be working on in a little bit. It's a bubble shooter, and you can make your own levels and share them with the world. You can play at playmojipop.com. But with my community, like I really like working with them to help work on my game, but I love checking out their games. So Mattman PS2 made this game Hex Stars. Another one of my followers, Kessel's, made this game Undead Eatery, and I'm actually featured as a zombie in the game. So I want to form this community that helps me make Emoji Pop, but also we just talk game design, help each other out in other ways. You know, I think that'd be awesome. But yeah, I don't know if you might be busy, but I was just gonna mention my idea before. I was just thinking of what is every possible way you could create long-term value for players, and so one idea I had was you mentioned the boss mode. So I was thinking, I love the way this game is set up now, where I want to keep on playing it to keep unlocking new things, you know, progressing in the game. It'd be cool to have some kind of special side mode, this one special crown side mode or whatever it is, and you have to unlock you have to win a number of times or get a number of points in order to get access to that mode, and it's a temporary thing. So by playing these levels over and over again, I slowly gain enough experience or whatever it is in order to unlock a playthrough of that special mode, like whether it's a boss or whatever it is. And that boss mode, I think, should be able to give you like some huge reward, or like maybe every month there's like some special items in the game that are temporary, or maybe there's one item per week that you're trying to get. So maybe by you can make it a competitive feature, so like it can be multiplayer without being, you know, like kind of the way you have your leagues and stuff. Like maybe the special side mode. Like, let's say I play it once, I played the game a lot, and then I finally get enough points to unlock a ticket to play this special crown mode or whatever. Let's say I finish with a score of 50 or whatever. That puts me on the leaderboard for that side mode. Then I got to play the normal game over and over again in order to get another chance at playing. And so maybe next time I get 70 points, and so that adds to my score. Now I'm at 120 points. Now I got to play the regular mode over and over again. So by doing this, like, there's like the long-term value is in the rewards you get in the side feature. So what do you think about that idea? Like, having some side mode with special items that the access is very limited, and it encourages you to play this over and over again. So that's kind of the long-term value that motivates your play and gets you to play more or whatever it is. I had this other idea, like a lot of people do this like season by season approach. But I don't think you have to do that. I think you could find other ways. I think the season by season thing could be kind of complicated, and it requires you to constantly make new assets and stuff, and constantly have to be different enough. It's very interesting. I like the idea of a time mode or skins that motivate people to come back. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So it's basically some kind of limited mode on the side, and you could probably implement that in a bunch of ways. That's kind of where my head was at. I want to keep thinking about this, though. This is really interesting design space. I really like this design space a lot. I love the moment-to-moment gameplay. I want to play this to see what the Thunderbolt does. Let me reset. Hex Stars. Because I think that's like the trickiest thing about mobile game development for me is like, how do you create that long-term value? Like hyper-casual games, like you said, players drop off quicker. So I think that shows that the mentality of mobile casual gamers and stuff is like, they're not just looking for fun gameplay. They're looking for something that like shows them that there's value, that makes them want to invest themselves in the game like day to day. To use it to fill like the idle moments of their lives, kind of while riding the bus or waiting for whatever. Like, what is that thing that creates long-term value? That's what I'm always thinking about, like with the games I used to work at in the industry or my game. Like, how do I create long-term value? For me, long-term value in my game, it's going to be with these like loops and getting emojis, but like it's also like just like this level creation feature and getting good at the skill and getting players invested in that. That's kind of like my long-term retention goal. But there's lots of other ways to do it. But yeah, it reminds me, I think something I was thinking of in line with this was like, there's that golf game on the App Store. I played it for a while. I forget what it's called. Let me find it. Yeah, Golf Clash. Have you played Golf Clash before? I feel like you've probably heard of it, maybe. I haven't played in a long time. I love that I can now play mobile games on my stream. So like this is like a corporately made game, and so they're really thinking about long-term value, probably to a fault even at some point. Like, so there's this golf game. Heard of it? Not played it. Okay, cool. So it's this really fun golf game. It puts you versus one other player, and you play like a hole of golf or 3 holes of golf or whatever. And if you win, you unlock chests. And so it works a lot like Clash Royale or stuff. It's like the meta layer is based on Clash Royale, but it's a golf game. So it's a really weird combination that works really well. And so like you unlock these chests that you have to wait for a while to unlock. And then when you unlock them, they give you better golf balls, better golf clubs, and all this other stuff. But I think there's like these events. Well, let me see. The shop. Inbox. So these are all your clubs that you can upgrade. So that's not really relevant to your game. Like a lot of this stuff I think is too much kind of for the games that you and I make. It's like too monetized or something, I thought there was usually like some kind of special mode that you have to like unlock. Maybe there's not. Let me hit play. Oh yeah. Okay, so it looks like they're not running any events right now, but usually there's like some event for like 1 week. There's like some special golf hole open, and you're trying to like get a hole in one in it or something. No such thing as too monetized. Probably true. Probably true. Okay. Yeah. So like by playing the game, you unlock new tours. So the courses get harder, and they reward you with more coins if you win. And so you're like playing a hole. There's an entry fee, so you spend coins. But then if you spend 3,000 coins and you win, you get 6,000 coins, and then eventually you can try the next hole, which costs 20,000 or whatever it is, and you're going up the ranks of these tours. But usually there's like some special hole. Looks like leagues reset daily, weekly. Maybe social clubs over 40 hours, something. Yeah, maybe just a new environment available for a limited time. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there's like these tournaments. Yeah. I need to think about this. This is a really interesting design space. I'm really, really curious about this. I love these kind of design problems. See, this is how I know I'm a game designer, not a game developer, because I'm like, I will obsess over these kind of design problems day and night until I think of like every possible solution. Okay, so it zaps random ones. Gotcha. So it's something you might even want to avoid at times, depending on your situation. I love going for these pop-ups and using them. That feels so good to knock someone off. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about this. I'll let you know if I have any like ideas that come to mind or whatever, just to like give you inspiration or whatever. I'm really impressed with this game though. Such a good job. Nice. Do the leagues reset every once in a while, or are you just constantly trying to maintain your status? I guess you're trying to maintain your status in the leagues over time. Yeah, okay. Interesting space. I appreciate you taking time to play and helping with the bugs. Yeah, no problem. I'm going to keep playing it offline because I think this game is so fun, honestly. Um, Thanks for sharing it with us. Like, that was so cool. I'm going to be thinking about that. That's going to be occupying brain space for a while. Let me know how your progress goes. Feel free to keep updating us in the Discord and stuff. They do not reset as of now. Maybe some special game if you get top league within 40 hours. And that could be a cool motivator for sure. Yeah. Would you ever consider a season based approach like Fall Guys or Fortnite, or do you think that doesn't really work for your game or for mobile or whatever? Like the idea of some kind of battle pass where you, with in-game currency, you can unlock this thing, or with money that gives you access to these rewards or something, and then every month or 2 months there's different stuff to unlock or something. Doesn't work too well. Would be like a 3-day season of anything. Okay, that makes sense. That's what I was kind of thinking. It makes sense. Ah, yeah, interesting. You could do something where like every week you declare some like champion. I don't know. Thinking. Yeah, let us know. Keep us up to date on that though. I want to keep thinking about that. Okay, so I like the idea of a 3-day season though. Yeah, let me think about that. I think that's like a good time frame for like because yeah, 3 days isn't too long where players will kind of new players will forget about it. 3 days is like more in the immediate, but it gets players into that day-to-day habit right from the start. I think that makes sense. I think a lot of developers, mobile developers, they think like, what's my like day 3 retention feature? What's my day 7 retention feature? What's my long term retention? What's my mid to long term retention feature? What's retaining players in the extra long term? So like, I think that 3-day probably is really important for this kind of game. So that makes sense. You're thinking in that time scale. It would be fake, so every player who starts the game would get Season 2 3 days after launching out the first time. Which isn't the worst thing. Yeah, I see. So every player who starts the game would get Season 2 3 days after launching at first time. Yeah, makes sense to me. I like your idea of like a boss battle mode. Like, it'd be cool if you like really restrained that. So like, maybe you have to win your season or do really well enough on your 3-day season or whatever it is in order to play the boss mode once or whatever it is. I suggested the idea earlier of having like, you could have like a Sega map of levels, and so the main game revolves around playing this gameplay over and over again. But then if you do it enough for the 3-day span that you're in a certain league, maybe everyone in that league gets one play at the boss mode, and if you beat the boss mode, you get to go to the next level. But if you lose, then you have to play for the next 3 days in order to get the boss mode unlock again, and then maybe you win it the next time, and so you get to go on to the next boss. But I don't know if you can create like a boss mode where the levels evolve level after level. If you can create like a design space like that, I think that would be cool. Like, but that's also something that's very to the side that maybe most players wouldn't even really notice, like see the boss mode. So maybe there's a way to integrate it so that like, I don't know, like having some kind of progression map in tangent with the progression you have now, like might be another thing that gives players long-term value, and could be the reward for these like little season things or something. I think that could visualize and tangibly give players this long-term value, which convinces them to invest deeply in the game. Yeah. Let me know if you have any more thoughts on the game or anything else you want to share. I'm gonna start working a little bit. Probably work for like an hour or so on the game right now. I've got some video stuff to do this afternoon, so I don't want to go on for too long this afternoon. But like, let me know if you have any thoughts on the game, or just interrupt me whenever. I'm just gonna go back to coding a little bit. But yeah, definitely play Hex Stars on iOS if you're watching. I tweeted about it as well. I'm watching the chats on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Let me switch over to my game for a second. So if you're new to this stream, we like to we're like, some of us are indie game developers. This is the game that I'm working on right now. If you're an indie game developer, I would love to share the game you're working on and we can talk about it. I think this could be a great channel for that. I'm just thinking I should start to push that more, maybe outside the stream as well. The reason I think this game development stuff lends itself really well to these emoji pop streams is that my game Emoji Pop is all about game design. So in addition to being a fun mobile puzzle game, it's also got a level editor. So every world you unlock a new emoji obstacle that gets more and more and more complicated, and by unlocking them you can use them in your level editor to design your very own levels in the game. And then you can take those levels, hit the share. There's a share button that you'll be able to hit, and you can share them directly to social media, and everyone in the world can play them from any device. So if you're interested in making levels, go to playmojipop.com. I like to do level design tutorials sometimes in the afternoons here at my Emoji Popcast on Twitch, which you can see on the screen, twitch.tv/Emoji Popcast. I'm also going to try, I think maybe today, this evening, I might try streaming on Instagram Live and doing like a little level design tutorial session there. I might do that a couple times a week. The handle is down below. It's the same as my Twitter handle. So this game is all about game design. I love working with people in the chat like Matt Man who give me feedback and suggestions about where to take my game. And I've really followed the feedback I've gotten from players and chatters. And so that led us to last week redesign the UI for the game, which is what you see before us. And it displays all the important parts about Emoji Pop in one screen instead of having 5 different screens, which is what I had before. And so yeah, so I love game design, I love game development. That's what I'm all about, and that's what this chat's all about. That's what this stream's all about. So right now, before I went for lunch, I was working on earning progression towards a star chest. Before I go any further, is there a chest emoji in Twitter? Chess. Let's go to the Twitter Emojipedia. So I'm using like a present. I'm using like a present image right now. It's like a gift, but most mobile games use some kind of like fancy looking treasure chest to convey like that there is goodies to unlock. So I was wondering if there's any emoji like that. I'm not sure that there is. Animals, life, travel. There's a suitcase, briefcase. Probably not what we're looking for. So my game also is made entirely out of these emojis right now, so I love scrolling through these emojis, especially these kinds of ones, like, oh, a boomerang. That could be a cool emoji obstacle. What could the boomerang do in the level? So I'm always looking through this. There's a water gun. What could that do in the level, if that was in the level? So I'm always looking at these, and so for example, DNA. What if I had like a red DNA, and when you shoot it with the emoji, it turns your emoji red or your next emoji red, and so that could create all these different kinds of puzzles. So I'm always looking through these emojis, and it inspires gameplay features, which I think is really awesome. Since it's called Emoji Pop, I'm really embracing the emoji aesthetic. I don't see any like treasure chests, so I'd have to kind of make that, so I'm not gonna do that right now. Yeah, so let's work on what we were working on before. So box B. So I have this increment progress feature. I need to create. So I have this DN, a draw node for drawing the background of the progress bar. I'm gonna create another one to do like the green fill-in of the bar. So I'm gonna do dn fill equals new draw node, which is the object which allows us to draw shapes on the screen. Just gotta add it to the scene, and to draw, this is the draw function we used. So by creating it within a different draw node, it means that I can clear it and update it without deleting the original progress bar on the back. So when I increment progress, what I'll do is I'll do this.dnfill.clear, I think it is. I'm not positive. Maybe it's reset. Let's go to bubble layer. Is there a clear? Yeah, it's clear. Okay. Eating watermelon. Let me know. I'm watching this chats on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Hit me up with any questions about the game. Okay. So when I increment progress, I clear it, and then I redraw the progress bar. That's correct. This.prog. But instead of 1, it needs to be equal to init prog. So if I hit refresh, it should turn to 0. I need to add that variable star chest prog to my account. I'll set it to 0. I'll have to add it to everyone's account in the game before I launch this feature. Let's refresh. So now that I've added it, it should work, I hope. Maybe I messed something up actually, which we can fix. Should probably open up the debugger. Alright, let's look at the code. Okay, init prog. So metabox B, am I... Oh, did I even... Let me save this stuff. Gameplay, bubble layer, starches prog. So in the home layer, I set this to 0, so the progress is 0. This is where I draw the background. This is where I draw the background of the progress bar. This is where I fill in the progress bar with green. What happens if init prog is 1? Does it work then? Oh, still getting over kind of infection, so my throat's starting to hurt a little bit, but so I don't want to go on for too long, but I'm going to go on till like 3:30 probably in Pacific time, which is like 50 minutes from now. Later. Okay, so something's wrong. Okay, so the title is not even showing up. Maybe I should just undo everything I did for a little. Oh man, the medication makes me kind of tired too. Okay, so it's working. So let's try it again. So this dot dn. Let's create a new draw node here. This dot prog dn equals new cc dot draw node. This dot prog dn dot draw rect. This dot add child. This dot prog dn. Okay. But oops. That should be that's the background. We don't need it. Let's create a new prog node here. And this is the function that draws the right rectangle we want. Oh man, I'm so tired. Okay. This dot prog. Let's make it 1. Don't want a border. Let's refresh. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Oh. Yeah, definitely play Hex Stars though. So such a good game. Do 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 do. Later. Home. Alright, so this is working. Only issue is it is starting at the bottom left of the progress bar. It should start a little inched over so that it's not covering up the black outline. So let's just take care of that now. It's the border has got a width of 2. So we want to start at 1212 actually. And we want the height to be 4 or less to account for that. Let's just do it. Oh. Later. Home. Okay, that's not exactly right. Is it -2? Oh, it's not the height, that's right, it's the positioning, so it should be -2. It should also affect the text, so instead of saying get 3 stars, it should say, oh, now get 2 stars. So the bar looks good. Let's change the label. So do that. Win, and it should be 5 minus this dot prog. That'll give us the number we currently need. This dot instruction A. Let's fix it here. This dot instruction A dot set string. So what this is doing is when we have to increment the progress, this is also where we reset the string for that label so that it displays the right number. Let's log something so that we know it's being run. Incrementing now. Also, okay. So let's redraw the progress. I think we should clear it first. It's progdn.clear. Is it bad to stream while you're falling asleep? Alright. Some streamers have done sleep streams, lol. That's pretty funny. It sounds uncomfortable. Later. I want to do, I think it's Mr. Beast that had a 24-hour stream where he said Logan Paul's name for like 24 hours straight or something like that. I think that would be pretty entertaining. Maybe not though. Home. Okay, let's try to beat a level. It has the right number, so let's try to beat a level. So we're gonna get to the first level and beat it real quick and see if we can get that progress bar here to update to be one more than it is. You're just looking to injure your throat again. Good point. That would really mess me up, I would think. Yeah, there's all these little UI bugs now since I've half implemented it. Red, yellow, red. Oh. All right, so we won. And so when we hit OK, that runs the close pop-up function, which also calls the update progress. And look, we got updated progress, and now it says we only need to win 3 stars. The problem is when we refresh, it's going to go back to win 4 stars and with less progress because we're not actually updating it in the database. So you can see in my database, which I got open right here, this is my the data associated with my personal account. And so the star chest progress is 0. It hasn't updated. That reminds me, when I create the meta box in home layer, instead of making the progress start at 0, it should be using. So I have a function of a variable called editor data that holds the user's data. So this .editor data, and that has the star chest prog variable in it. So let's hit refresh. It should start at 0. Oh my! I just need to close my eyes for a second. Oh. Later. Home. Okay, so it's not working. I think I need to clear my browsing data because I made some changes to my main.js file. And when that happens, I have to reset some stuff so that it reads the new version of the file. So let me do that. Go to bed, man. Oh, I'm about to call it for the day myself. Okay, cool. When you're ready to go, if you leave within the next half hour or so, I'll probably get off then too myself. I need to rest. I'm ready for tomorrow and stuff. I got some other stuff I gotta do anyway. Settings. I've only hit like a couple hours of programming though. Like I gotta start hitting those 8 to 10 hours like you in order to make some crazy games like Hex Stars. I need to ramp up back onto that grind that you're on. Clear browser data. Literally, whenever I drink camera on screen, whenever I drink water on screen, my literal only thought is, do not appear like Mark Zuckerberg. If I grow my hair out, literally, I can tell people will start saying like, oh, you look like Mark Zuckerberg. Like, I get that frequently. If my hair looks a certain way and I'm walking around, like, I get all the time that looks like Mark Zuckerberg. So that even adds the extra, like, don't drink water like he does, you know? Ugh. Not sure if you've seen a video of him drinking water. It's pretty hilarious. Run the game again. Just finishing my last task of the day. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to be your, like, debugger. Like, I feel like everyone needs players that just, like, hit buttons different ways because we're all different people, and, like, that's good feedback, kind of. Let me know if you... I'll keep playing your game. Like, let me know if you ever make a big update. Camera on screen. Lazy ugly coffee curslet. Clipped by Mattman. Alright, we got our first Twitch clip. Let's see what it is. Thanks to Mattman. We got this amazing clip of me drinking water. Thank you for that awesome clip, Mattman. I actually am proud of this moment. I'm glad you documented it for Emoji Popcast history. We're gonna be making. Can you hear it? All right, let me turn the volume up. Literally, whenever I drink camera on screen. That's a sign that I'm tired. Yeah, I heard it. It's every time I drink camera on screen. Yeah, I'm so glad you documented that for the future generations. Someday we're going to be having billions of dollars of revenue, millions of viewers, and this will be the first clip that was ever made of my stream, which is of me saying we're going to... What'd I say again? Literally, whenever I drink camera on screen. Whenever I drink camera on screen. Nice. This is a win. That's pretty funny. Thanks for clipping that. That's hilarious. I think you and I have similar sense of humor. I hope you aren't insulted by that. Home. Okay, so for some reason it's in the negatives. That's okay. So it's at 0. Nah, not insulted. Nice. Yeah, let's just wrap up this last task, like Mattman's saying, and quit for the day and start again afresh tomorrow. I'm really we got the biggest thing we did is got the plan down for what we're doing the rest of this time. This would be so much easier in Unity, just saying. Yeah, I know. But what wouldn't be easier in Unity is having to recreate all of this functionality. That would take me so long, like all of the different emoji, because every emoji has different properties and they react to different things, and oh man, it would be a mess. You're right. Yeah, it sucks too because this engine, I used it, and literally like a few months after I started using it, they deprecated it. They stopped supporting it, and so I'm like, oh well, I would have used a different engine if I had known that it was no longer going to be supported. But so I'm kind of stuck in this. So I have a tough decision. Do I recreate it in another engine? Do I like really try to invest and dig into this engine and figure out why I'm not able to get it working on iOS? It's a mess. Something I want to start looking into a little bit today after the stream, I think. Oh yeah, I honestly, like, I should start like once or twice a week. Maybe I'll stream in the afternoon, me just picking up Unity and like learning some stuff. I'm really inspired by what you've been able to make. Like, I'm obviously nowhere near your level of talent when it comes to this stuff, but I think maybe I can start to get there with your observation. You should start a small game idea in Unity. Okay, that's a really good idea. I think that would be good for me. I'm going to pick one or two afternoons each week to maybe one afternoon each week to like just start investing in Unity, because obviously I'm doing other stuff. Maybe Emoji Pop Lite, yeah. That's not a bad idea. 3D. Yeah, so I've had ideas, like back when I used to work at this other company, I would always be thinking of like, my whole thing was, I'm going to think of every possible way to make a bubble shooter, and I'm going to pick the best one to make. And I realized there's so many ways you can make a bubble shooter that there's no best way. And so one way I thought of is like, you could do a bunch of 3D kind of stuff where maybe you control a ball and it's dropping, and so maybe you're having to drop through some like obstacles kind of, and then there's like a puzzle at the bottom that you're trying to make matches with. And so I was thinking that's like a unique bubble shooter idea, and that might not be too difficult in Unity. It's just a bunch of colored balls and moving obstacles. So 3D bubble shooter been done before? Not really. I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Let me Google 3D bubble shooter really fast. Okay, so it looks like there's some kind of 3D bubble shooter. So look at this one. It's like a layered bubble shooter where you can see from the top down, and you're, I guess, shooting stuff. Yeah. So I guess this is 3D, but I was thinking of executing it in a different way. So this is definitely a 3D bubble shooter, though. That's odd. Looks like from 2001. It actually might be. It's some Android game. Okay, so not 2001, but yeah, it definitely looks like it. I feel like too many bubble shooters, like, they don't involve any interesting obstacles. And I feel like that's what this one's gonna be like. Like a lot of the cheap indie bubble shooters on iOS, there's like, it's just matching colored matches, and there's nothing like, I don't know, there's not any interesting gameplay properties to my knowledge, really. Yeah, so I think that's a good suggestion. I should do that. It's something I've avoided literally for like years. Like even in college, where everyone was making their games in Unity, I was like, I'll make like a web mobile 2D puzzle game, and I'll avoid Unity by using some other engine, you know. And then when I worked in the industry, everyone's using Unity, and I'm like, for our art, I used to work on a game called Snoopy Pop, which was a bubble shooter, and it was made using Unity. And the way they made it using Unity was actually like kind of messed up. There was no, it was a mess. I don't think they did a very good job organizing it or something, and it was impossible for me to like get into it because it's Unity. And I avoided Blender for years. Now I love it. Okay, yeah, makes sense. I should do that. Madman's such a good influence on me. He got me to download Photoshop. He's getting me interested in Unity. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm figuring out what my schedule is. I want to nail down this routine, and I want to figure out what I'm doing on each day. So I'm still nailing down that schedule. I'll probably finish today. So I'm gonna pick a day, and I'm gonna learn Unity a little bit. Like, I don't need to like go hard into Unity or anything, but like, just learning a little bit each week, I think, will put me in a position where I'll be able to use it in the future, kind of like you're saying, I think. Yeah, Blender to like make the 3D stuff. Yeah, and that could be cool, like a learning experience to do on the stream as well. Yeah, so we're an hour and a half into the stream. I think I'm gonna take Madman's advice yet again, and I'm gonna call it quits early. I have some video stuff I gotta do anyway, and a couple people I have to talk to. Thank you, Madman. Thanks for allowing me to play your game and stuff like that on the stream. Let me open up again. Yeah, so if anyone's watching on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, download Hexstars on iOS. Give it 5 stars. I already have. It's an amazing game, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I'm streaming Monday through Friday. I do game dev in the morning, and then I kind of do some game dev stuff, but sometimes I do level design or play other people's games in the afternoons. And every Monday, release a new update in the game that comes with a brand new emoji obstacle and a brand new update to the game. And this is a great place for indie game developers to communicate with each other and help each other out. I want to thank Mattman so much for helping me out today. Good luck with Hex Stars. Thanks for everyone who watched on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Back tomorrow. Let's say 9 a.m. tomorrow. I will see you there. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you then. So have a good one. Thanks for Hexstar's feedback. No problem. So excited to keep playing it. Keep us informed of your progress.